Ashley, well, the Seahawks are beginning a new era post-Pete Carroll, and today they formally introduced their new head coach, Mike Macdonald. We brought you some live coverage earlier when we first heard from now head coach Macdonald. King 5's Jake Garcia joins us live from Seahawks headquarters in Renton with more. Jake.
Well, as the saying goes, if you can't beat him, hire him. The Seahawks were so impressed by what Mike Macdonald did to their offense earlier this year, they decided to make him the 9th head coach in team history. Everyone wants to talk about his age. He replaces the oldest head coach in the NFL. He's now the youngest active head coach in the NFL. Today, Schneider introduced in a press conference at Seahawks headquarters alongside Seahawks general manager John Schneider. Schneider called him a disruptor. He's someone who shakes up the marketplace, and that's the kind of guy you want leading your team. Macdonald's rise has been meteoric. He started as a freshman high school coach. He's now a head coach of an NFL team. He said his goal hasn't been to rise quickly, though. It's to win at every stop he's been, and he's certainly done that. The Baltimore defense this year was daunting. They led the NFL in turnovers, sacks, and yards per game. I asked Macdonald what his philosophy is and where the origin of the flexibility of his defense comes from. He said he's drawn inspiration from a lot of great minds across the NFL.
We're all in this thing together, and the players need to know that we're trying to put them in advantageous positions. So we're constantly trying to give them little margins of advantages. And if you're not doing that, then, what are you doing as a coach? Whether it's through technique or fundamentals or communication or scheme. And you're going to draw inspiration from things that you think is from schemes and people that you feel like are doing some cool stuff out there and have answers for things. And I think going to college and being able to reach out to a lot of different programs, and there's a lot of different programs throughout the country that I really respect, and coaches that were really helpful, translating the game to college. And I think what that did is it streamlined a lot of the things that we were trying to do at the pro level.
Well, you don't get to put a banner up for winning a press conference, but Macdonald sure hit all the right notes today. For the Seahawks, it's worth pointing out just how quickly this entire thing came together. On Tuesday, they flew to Baltimore, and the next day they were interviewing Macdonald. The very next day, he was offered the head coaching job. The guy he's replacing, Pete Carroll, on a Hall of Fame trajectory. Not my words, but those were the words from Macdonald. He said he's never met Pete before. He has a lot of respect for him, but has no plans on following the blueprint that Pete set for this culture here in Seattle. Macdonald said he's going to be his own coach, and he hopes the players respond to that. Later on tonight, Paul Sylvie goes one-on-one with the new Seahawks head coach, Mike Macdonald, introduced today at Seahawks headquarters. Live in Renton, I'm Jake Garcia, King 5 Sports.
Thanks so much, Jake. A lot more coverage ahead of us.